Hi friends, my name is Nandita. I am from Andhra Pradesh.
Good morning, dear students. Welcome to Viva Web Schooling. Hope you all are fine and safe. In this section, you are going to learn about reproduction in plants. Let us study what is reproduction. All living organisms that have a characteristic that they can produce their own kind. This production of offspring from the parent is called reproduction. Modes of reproduction in plants. Plants have two kinds of parts, vegetative parts and reproductive parts. Vegetative parts. There are the parts of the plant that they play a major role in the life cycle of a plant, such as preparation of food, transportation of food, water and nutrients, etc. Reproductive parts. These are the parts of plant that play a major role in the reproduction process in plants. Reproduction in plants can be categorized into two types, asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Let us study in detail what is this asexual and sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction means new plants are produced without using the seeds. In this process, generally, the leaves, stems and roots participate in reproduction. Sexual reproduction. The new plants are produced with the help of the seeds of a plant. In this process, the flowers of the plants participate in reproduction. Now, you are going to learn about sexual reproduction in plants. The flowers are the reproductive part of a plant, the stamen are the male reproductive part of a plant, and the pistil is the female reproductive part of the plant. There are two types of flowers present in the plants, unisexual flowers and bisexual flowers. The flowers which contain either only the pistil or only the stamen are called unisexual flowers. The flower which contains both stamens and pistil are called bisexual flowers. Now let us learn about the male and female parts of the flower for flowering plant. The male reproductive part of a flower stamen consists of anther and female. The female reproductive part of the Now we are going to discuss function and parts of a flower. Receptacle. It is that part of the flower to which the stalk is attached to. It is a small and found at the center of the base of the flower. Sepals. These are the small leaf-like parts growing at the base of the petals. They form the outermost roll of the flower. Collectively, sepals are known as the claques. The main function of the claques and its sepals is to protect the flower before its blooming. Petals. This layer lies just above the sepal layer. They are often bright in color as their main function is to attract pollinators such as insects, butterflies, etc. to the flower. The petals are collectively known as the corolla. Stamens. These are the male part of a flower. Many stamens are collectively known as androecium. They are structurally divided into two parts. Filaments and anthers. Filament, the part that is long and cylinder and attached to the anther to the flower. Anther, it is the head of the stamen and it is responsible for producing the pollen grains which is transferred to the pistil or female part of the same flower or another flower to bring about the fertilization. Pistil consists of four parts, style, stigma, ovary and ovules. Style is a long cylinder stalk that holds the stigma. Once the pollen reaches the stigma, the style starts to become hollow and forms a tube called the pollen tube, which takes the pollen to the ovaries to enable fertilization. Stigma. This is found at the tip of the style. It forms the head of the pistil that the stigma contains a sticky substance whose job is to catch pollen grains from different pollinators or those dispersed through the wind. They are responsible to begin the process of fertilization. Ovary. They form the base of the pistil. The ovary holds the ovules. Ovules. These are the egg cells of a flower. They are contained in the ovary. In the event of a favorable pollination where compatible pollens reaches the stigma and eventually reaches the ovary to fuse with the ovules, these fertilized products forms the fruit and the ovules become the seeds of the fruit. Fruits and seed formation. After fertilization, the ovary grows into a fruit and the other parts of a flower fall off. The seeds contains an embryo enclosed in a protective seed coats. Some fruits are fleshy and juicy such as mango, apple and orange. Pollination. Generally, pollen grains have a tough protective coat which prevents them from drying up. Since pollen grains are light, they can be carried by wind or water. Insects visit flowers and carry away pollens on their bodies. Some of the pollen lands on the stigma of a flower of the same kind. The transfer of pollen from the anther to stigma of a flower is called pollination. There are two types of pollination, self pollination and cross pollination. If the pollen lands on the stigma of the same flower, it is called self pollination. When the pollen of a flower lands on the stigma of another flower or of the same plant, that of the different plants of a same kind, it is called cross pollination. Let us discuss about seed dispersal. Some seeds are dispersed by animals, especially spiny seeds with hooks which attach to the bodies of animals and carried to distant places. Some seeds are dispersed when the fruit bursts with the sudden jerks. The seeds are scattered far from the parent plant. Seed germination. Seed germination is the process of seeds developing into new plants. When the water is plentiful, the seeds fills with the water. The water activates specially proteins called enzymes that begin the process of seed growth. The seed grows as a root to access water from underground and develops into a new baby plant. Thank you.